Today we are talking about life backstage. There are different shows and they each kind of have their own backstage rituals, I would say. But overall, certain things help to make backstage world a little bit easier and smoother for everybody. When you're backstage, you want to make sure that you have your water. And again, that's water, not anything that is flavored, crazy, sugary that could get in the costumes all nasty and stuff like that. Water. You also want to make sure that you are able to take a bathroom break before you maybe kind of in the backstage area, wherever that may be. More often than not, you have the ability to have access to a bathroom. However, even still, nerves tend to get the best of us. I strongly encourage go to the bathroom, even if you don't think you've got to go. Go. And that way you don't have to be stressing so much about your costumes and worried about any touch-ups that may need to happen, and it just kind of lessens some of the backstage anxiety. This is equally important for younger dancers where you never know when a bathroom break is going to be needed. So always make sure, just try. Another thing backstage is always be quiet. The audience can hear a lot that can sneak through the wings and come out from like dressing areas. So even if you think that there is enough wall and building space between you and the audience, sound is able to travel because theaters are designed to carry sound. And so anytime you're backstage, whether you're in the wings or you're behind a curtain or you're in the dressing room or staging area backstage that you're being asked to stay in during the show, you always want to make sure that you are staying quiet. You never know if there are announcements being made, especially as people are called to the stage. You never know if the audience can hear you, and that can take away from the show when people backstage are getting too loud. I often encourage that younger dancers bring a little something to do when they're backstage. It'll keep them preoccupied. Obviously, you want to keep that fairly simplistic. So things like coloring, obviously probably restrained from using markers because those are able to bleed out everywhere. But things usually like crayons, color pencils, things like that are usually pretty good to work with. I've seen sometimes a little excess though get packed with, in which case then it becomes more of a playground sometimes instead of being able to focus and just be quietly active. And I know that this is a challenge for a lot of younger dancers, especially now when we're constantly in a state of engagement somehow. When we're backstage, though, we do want to keep that as minimal as possible because then that's just going to be more things that we have to pack back up at the end of a show. Another thing backstage is just respecting space for everybody. I don't care where you are, if you've got a huge cafeteria or if you're in a little teeny tiny closet. Space gets eaten up fast no matter what show you're doing. So you want to make sure that you are efficient in your packing, efficient in the space that you are taking up when you are backstage, and making sure that your fellow dancers also have their respective space and everybody's respecting each other and making sure that there's enough room for everyone. Backstage is also a great time to be mentally prepping to get out onto that stage. So you can kind of relax a little bit and get yourself into, I would say, a little bit of a stage zone and mentally piece yourself together so you're ready when it's your turn to go share your talents with everyone. I will see you tomorrow when we talk about the post show. I will see you then.